Hey YouTube, it's Ashley and PG, and today we're going to see how far we can get with what we've got. And today we've got a keyboard case for the 9th generation iPad that just came out this year. This is a case from CHESONA. I'm going to leave a link to their Amazon store down in the description so that you can check it out. I just first wanted to unbox it and give an overall first impression, so I'm going to use it for about a week and I'll update you guys on what I thought. And before I unbox this, I just wanted to give a big thank you to CHESONA for sending this out to me for review. I really appreciate it. I needed a case for the iPad 9th Gen, and I cannot wait to use this. Now, one of the main reasons that I picked this particular case was because it has the included trackpad. Very important if you want to turn your iPad into something that functions more like a laptop. So right off the bat, just opening the box, I'm going to show you. You'll get this user guide. It's in color, which is pretty cool. Most user guides are just black and white, and it looks very thorough. I know that this particular case has iPad OS shortcuts, and so I bet that a lot of this kind of tells you how to do that. And by the way, this case does have 7 colors, I believe, as backlight options for your keyboard. Wow, so it looks really cool. So I'm looking at this side first, and you have this very glossy top here. The other thing that I noticed right off the bat was your pencil holder here. So let me get my iPad pencil and we'll just go ahead and see how that fits. So this is the 2nd generation Apple Pencil, and it has a very nice fit, just like that. I love the blue color, it offers a little bit of pop. You can see that you have these rubberized pads on the bottom, so no slip on surfaces. Okay, so since this is just the unboxing portion, I'll be putting the iPad into the case for you to see, and then I'll step away for a week or so, give it my all, use the thing all the time, and then come back and give you my honest opinion. Okay, very nice. So opening the case, this is what we see. We'll go ahead and take the gel pack out. It also includes a USB cable to charge with. This is a rechargeable, obviously, case. We'll go ahead and show you that. We'll go ahead and see how long the cable is. So it's actually pretty generous. USB cable. And we'll go ahead and take the foam pad out. The interior is a hard plastic material. Now let me go ahead and put the iPad in. Okay, I've got to say that was one of the easiest installs I've ever done. Everything just snaps right into place. There's no poking or prodding or anything like that. It just fits really well. Again, this is the iPad. This is the 9th Gen, the newest iPad. So look, you have a laptop. Now, one of the cool features about this that I saw on their web store was that you can rotate the case. So you can use it as a stand like this. Also, it has multiple viewing angles, so you can close it that far down if you're laying in bed, want to watch it like this. That's something that's really important to me and is honestly kind of hard to find. Now at this price point especially, I believe it retails for $59.95. If you go to the link right now to their Amazon store, currently, I just looked at it, there is a coupon for 10% off of that $59.95. Now for a backlit keyboard, a touchpad, and the functionality of this, like you can use it as a stand. I have never had one that swivels like this. Very cool. I think that price point is pretty stellar. So if all else goes well with the review, I would think that this would be a steal. So other features that I just want to tell you about up front, there is an on-off switch on the side, so I'm going to go ahead and switch that to on. And look, so it has a little bit of battery apparently. You can see the backlight there. Again, that is changeable. Another thing I'm noticing just right off the bat is the very thin profile. Now, I have had a case for my iPad Pro that kind of served as a laptop functionality. The materials were very heavy. It made the thing weigh twice as much as what the iPad Pro already weighed. The materials is like a light plastic almost, and it really doesn't add a whole lot of bulk. You can see how thin the profile is there. It's thinner than the iPad itself. So that's something I really appreciate. Since it does have some battery and we've turned it on, I want to see if I can go ahead and pair it just to see how this trackpad works up front. Okay, so to pair the keyboard with your iPad, you'll just hit the function key and the C button. And when I do that, it automatically pops up as a device on my iPad, so I'll hit that. and it is now connected. So, yep, okay, cool. So I just want to show you really quickly that that functionality does work. Here is your touchpad, and as I move my finger on the touchpad, you can see the cursor here moves along with me. So far seems very responsive. Now I'm holding this up backward and doing this whole thing on camera, so it would probably be way more intuitive if I was actually looking at it. But so far so good, I'm really excited about this. Let's go ahead and close it and see just an overall look of the case with the iPad in it. Again, I love this. It's almost like a piano black finish on it, and then you have this matte black down here. Again, the texture is like a plastic material. Very cool. So I'll come back with my full review. Again, thank you, CHESONA, and I cannot wait to use the case. Okay, so it's been 1 week with this keyboard with trackpad case for the iPad. So I was expecting to like it, especially because I didn't have a case yet for the regular iPad. I've had many cases for the iPad Pro, but never one for just the regular iPad. And I've got to say, expectations were definitely exceeded. Let me tell you why. So not only do you get to configure your iPad into a laptop type device, so as you can see, it has the hinge here, and pretty much multiple viewing angles on that. So for whatever your need is, I know a lot of times when I'm watching YouTube, I'm laying down in bed, and so I can just kind of use this angle here to watch videos, even play games. And then when I'm working, I can kind of use this configuration to, let's say, type and use the keyboard. And that is one major feature of this case that I really enjoyed. As you can see, it is backlit. The keys are very comfortable to use. So I'll just go ahead and type very comfortable to use. They have a good response to them. The action on them is a little bit high, but that offers you a nice click. I really like that feature. So you also have different levels of brightness for the keyboard. So if you push the light bulb button, that will turn the backlight off. Then you have low light, medium light, and a high backlight. And then you can also change the color. I believe there are 7 different colors. So you can do that by pressing the light bulb key and then pressing the page down button, and you can scroll through the different colors. I think that's a really nice touch. This also, as I stated before, has functionality with your iPad shortcut keys. The trackpad overall is very nice to use, especially again at this price point. It's very responsive. I've had no trouble using it. Now, being an iPad, I do prefer to change in and out of using the trackpad and using the touchscreen, and I've had no problem doing that whatsoever. What I also like about this case is that, like I said again, I use this for many different reasons. So my main use is not sitting and typing with this one. I do that mainly with my iPad Pro. But what I do use this one for lately is this feature here. So it swivels 180 degrees. So you can have the keyboard kind of behind you, and then you can switch over into a stand mode, and that also has multiple viewing angles. So say you like to draw, I imagine that you could use it for that. It does hold the Apple Pencil as well. What I use it for is mostly consuming content. So this use offers that because you can literally have it at any angle you need. And that is something that is very hard to find, especially with a trackpad keyboard case. So we'll go ahead and swivel it back to keyboard mode. So I wanted to show you another thing I really like about this case, is the way that the casing sits behind the iPad. Now, if you watched earlier in the video, the thing just snapped into place. It was so easy. I was a little bit worried of scraping the iPad, but it's like this thing is meant to fit your device, and that's something that's very important to me. I want to show you how it lays on the iPad. So you can see just around the bezel there, it just ever so slightly just fits over. There is a very slight lip, not much at all. And again, this thing is very lightweight. Now, one thing, when you close it, it doesn't always line up, so you can kind of push it into place. I haven't found that to be a problem, and that's because I can just swivel it back into place quickly, but also because of the many angles that this can actually utilize. So it can turn this way and then come up and down. So I imagine that's why it can kind of get out of whack. When you're not using the keyboard, it's really simple to just put the switch into the off position. That will help you save on battery. Now, during the week that I've used this, I have not had to recharge. I charged it right up front when I first unboxed it, and it has been trucking along ever since. Highly responsive. When you shut the iPad, it goes to sleep. It wakes when you open, as it should. I can't say enough good things about this. In fact, I would love to have one for my iPad Pro because of the functionality. Legit, I've never had one that had all of the features that I need in one cost-effective, very minimalistic, lightweight case. So, CHESONA, this has been a great case. You thoroughly exceeded my expectations. Thank you so much once again for sending this to me to review. I'm so excited to share it with you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. All right, well, now that you've gone along for the trip, what's a few more steps? Hit like if you enjoyed the ride and be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss future ones. Thanks for watching.